Hey guys, this is OG from Crypto Nights back with another cryptocurrency update. I actually just spent 30 minutes recording this video, but unfortunately the screen didn't record correctly, so I'm now doing this again. So by popular demand, I started to create these daily YouTube videos or video analysis on cryptocurrencies. And remember, I did a poll in Discord, and some of you mentioned that you would like to see a video on Bitcoin and then a separate video on altcoins. And so I actually started posting about a week ago a daily video on Bitcoin, and now I'm starting today, I'm going to add the second video on altcoins. So if you like me to post these videos on altcoins, please give me give this video a thumbs up so that I know that this is something that you guys are interested in. Also, let me know in the comments below what altcoins you would like me to look at. Right. So today I've chosen some of the major altcoins that I typically look at, but let me know if there are any that I missed. Also, out of the coins that I covered today, let me know which ones you want me to keep covering on a daily basis, which ones you are interested in, which ones you are not interested in. This way I can create content that's more tailored towards what you guys are looking for, right? So as a content creator, as someone who is conducting this analysis and sharing it, it doesn't mean anything if no one wants to see it, right? So please help me help you. Right, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll be able to create content that's tailored towards what you guys want. That way, you guys can add more value to you guys as well. So let's start out with the king of altcoins, Ethereum. So let's take a look at it from a let's start on the lower time frame actually, since we're here. So we actually are I'm looking for a potential short here actually, because we moved down, right? We broke below the 200 period moving average, and now this is the first time that it's coming back to retest it, right? So of course, keyword being potential short, right? Because we always want to enter on market confirmation. So I'm not shorting here, right? Just be clear, I'm looking for markets to come back to retest this level, get rejected, have strong volume, and then I'll be looking for a short, a scalp short most likely, because one, this is the 15-minute time frame, so I'm not looking for a long-term trade, but something quick, maybe something in 1, 2, or 3%, something quick, getting in and get out, right? And so this is an area that I will be paying attention to. It's kind of a 2460, 70, or 2470, 2490 region. If we were to zoom out to the hourly chart, we see that this is actually aligns up very nicely with the 200 moving average on the hourly as well, right? And this will also be the first test on the hourly, right? So this serves as extra confirmation. Of course, if price moves back above, right, breaks back above and closes above, then this trade setup is invalidated. I will not be entering a short. In fact, I will be looking for a potential long, right, if that happens. And so this is how I trade the markets, right? I react to what's happening, I adapt to the latest price action. I don't get stuck into a certain bear or bull mode, right? And then looking at the 4-hour chart, after the breakdown, from over 4K to 1700, we've been stuck below these the 200 EMA, right? So we really want to see price break back above, let's call it the 2700 level, for bulls to kind of regain some sort of control, and for us to potentially go higher, right? And to targets such as 10K, will be potentially possible once we break back above this level. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. So overall bearish, right? We had a nice little bounce at the 61.8, the golden fib, but the bounce was very short-lived. We in fact created a lower low, and was continuing to bleed. So if we come back to retest the 200 period moving average, around 6.5%, this is an area that I will be looking for a potential short, again for the same reason why I'm looking for a potential on the $ETH chart, which is that it will be the first retest, right? Typically on the first retest, price doesn't break through right away. It either completely collapses, right? Or at least it bounces a little bit before going up, right? So in either case, there's room for a room for profit. Let's see on the 4-hour. Yeah, on the 4-hour. So right, just to confirm that thesis of the first retest, right? So first we had a bounce from this crash. We moved to the 61.8, right, the golden fib. So again, showing how important the golden fib is as a level of taking a trade, right? We had a engulfing pattern with okay volume, and we had a nice long here, and then upon the first retest of the 200 period moving average, we got a rejection, right? This would have been a nice short. Now let's move on and look at Cardano. So with all these altcoin pairs, right, there are two pairs, right? The Bitcoin pair and the dollar pair. So we have ADA BTC and ADA USDT. So let me know in the comments below whether or not you guys prefer me to look at the Bitcoin pair, right, or the dollar pair, or if you want to see both. Because I typically look at both and actually pay more attention to the Bitcoin pair because I'm looking to stack sats, right, to build up my to increase my Bitcoin kind of stash. But some of you might be looking to increase your dollar value, in your portfolio in dollar terms. Okay, so ADA BTC. So after the crash, we have this low to this high, and we have the 61.8 around this area. So we came close to it, but didn't exactly touch it. Had this nice little bounce, got rejected at the 200 EMA. And so if we come back down here and we test this level, this could be a potential area for a long if we have the right confirmations down here. On the hourly, I'm looking, there's a potential room for a short here, right? Same story, breakdown from the 200 period moving averages. This will be the first retest, right? And so this is a potential area for a short, assuming we get the confirmations, price action and volume confirmations. Looking at the dollar pair, look at the dollar pair. So we had a long here, we had the W bottom here, and then we broke above the 200 period moving average, but have since been just consolidating. On the 4-hour, sorry, internet is a little bit slow. I'm currently outside, so kind of internet is not as good as possible, but nothing very interesting, right? So still below the 200 moving average, but we're just consolidating here. BinanceCoin, so BNB BTC on the hourly, same thing, right? We broke down from the 200 period moving average, potential short here upon the first retest if we get volume and price action confirmation. On the 4-hour, same thing, right? So, but a little bit higher. So, if we break through the, if we break through the 200 period moving average on the hourly chart, we're not out of the woods yet. There's a potential short here as well, right? This zone. So the first retest on the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the dollar pair. I'm moving through these really quickly. I think potentially because in the first video that I did that didn't record correctly, I went through it in detail. So maybe subconsciously I feel like I've already gone through this already. So let me know if I'm going through these too quickly in the comments, right? So let me know if you would like me, if this is the right type of depth and speed, or if you would like me to go into it in more detail. Because the last video took after recording was about 30 minutes, and so I'm also trying to see if I can condense that as well. So I'm trying to get this video maybe under 20 or under 15. So let me know, right, so I can adapt to what you guys find most useful. So on the dollar pair on the 4-hour, so right, this is why I've been mentioning I'm looking for the a trade on the first retest, because look, we had a breakdown, first retest, collapsed, right? This would have been a nice short. And let's look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we had the W as we had with Cardano and ETH, and now we're just going sideways. Nothing very much happening. Let's look at Polkadot. So Polkadot on the this is the Bitcoin pair. This was the 61.8 fib. We came to it, we tested it, and rallied quite nicely, right? So 16%. And this is these are the two areas that I really like to trade, right? One is the retest of the 200 moving average, and then the second is the 61.8 / golden pocket. I found that these have given me the highest kind of win probabilities, out of the trade setups I have. So these are the two that I trade mostly. Let's see. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's see 4 hour. Right, just to confirm it, right, on the 4 hour, same thing. And then on the first retest, right, it's like magic. First retest, after breaking down, rejection, right, this would have been a nice short as well. Not as large as the move up, but still a nice little short. Now looking at the dollar pair, I'm also really hoping the screen's recording correctly this time. Fingers crossed. On the dollar pair, right, on the 4 hour, this is the first retest, right, rejection, right. So this was confirming the move on the Bitcoin pair. So it's always nice to see that the Bitcoin pair and the dollar pair is giving you the same signal, right? Serve as extra confirmation. If one's giving you a short and the other one's giving you a long, then I typically pass because it shows there's indecision in the market, and very likely this going to be whipsaw and just not good for trading. Now moving to the 1 hour chart. Expand it a little bit. So we also see this W pattern, right? W bottom pattern, and the breakout would have given a nice 22% trade, right? So again, another thing that I want to mention is that if you see consistent price action or trading pattern across different pairs, right, then that also serves as extra confirmation that the move is real, right, and that the likelihood of that trade playing out also increases, right? The fact that on Ethereum, on Cardano, on BinanceCoin, on Polkadot, all showing the same pattern, right, gives you extra confirmation that that trade will likely work out. Whereas if it's just a pattern that you see on one chart, but then all the other pairs are showing something in reverse, then I would be more cautious about entering a trade in that situation. Okay, so now it's retesting the 200 kind of pure moving average, but not a ton of strong kind of moves, right? Just consolidating very small candles. On the 4 hour, right, first retest got rejected. Very similar themes, guys. Very similar themes across the board. Let's look at Link. So on the Link Bitcoin chart, right, this was a good place for a short, right? So in a way, first retest, right? Technically it wasn't the first, right, because we broke down here and then we had a retest here, retest here, retest here. So technically this is a third retest, but I'm treat it like it is the first because there's enough room that's been created, right? Price moved them a lot, and so this is essentially a much lower low than this low, and so this is why this will be a good place for a short, even though it's the third kind of retest. Whereas here, right, I'm not interested in a short here because this low is higher than this low, so I'm not looking to short a higher low situation, right? And also there's not enough space, and so the two are kind of interlinked, right? The fact that there's a lot of space means that this usually means there's a lower low, right? That's how the space is created. Whereas if there's very little space, typically that means it's been higher low, right? And so I'm not looking to short into a higher low situation. Let's look at the 4 hour. Below 200 moving averages, so still in the bearish kind of trend. Let's look at the dollar pair. And the 4 hour, sorry, right, there we go. Right, first retest, boom. Right, this is how this is how strong the first retest is. And you saw that, while some led to larger corrections and others led to smaller moves, typically it always moves, at least a little bit, right? Enough for you to take at least some profits. On the dollar pair, again the W, right? The W that happened, breakout. This was a good, 19-20%, and then now we're just consolidating. On the 4-hour, right, again, retest, first retest, boom, down. All right, Matic. Nothing very much happening on the 4-hour chart here. On the hourly chart, we pumped above the 200 period moving averages. We tested it and it's serving as support for now, but I haven't entered a trade here because I like to see larger candles or more convincing candles. These are very small candles, very small body, so even though it's kind of serving as support, I'm not looking to long it just yet. Let's look at the Bitcoin pair. Apologies, my phone was going off, so I just turned it off. Nothing very much happened, just consolidating here. So broke above 200, and then just consolidating. Let's see on the 4-hour. Yeah, between the 200 MA. So this is how you know we're in a no man's land, right? There's not looking for a trade, right? You're between the 200 MA, so it doesn't even say whether you're bullish or bearish, right? So kind of just waiting for a price to give us direction. Let's look at Uniswap. So from this low to this high, this 61.8, it's around here. So potential long if we come back down to these levels. On the 1-hour, aside from this level, we also have this overhead resistance. So again, this would be the first retest. So I'm looking for potential short here, right? Again, with confirmation, right? With confirmation, with price action and volume confirmation. Let's look at the dollar pair. Kind of a W here as well, right? Nice pump. Now we're below, so showing indecision, right? Not very bearish, not very bullish, either way. So let's see on the 4-hour. Yeah, nothing much going on except just kind of a rounded top almost. So also very bearish at the moment. But let's see if we can at least come back to retest here for a potential short. Okay, two more to go. So VeChain, again, this is a potential area for short, right? First retest, something like a broken record, but hopefully this is helping to drill this concept in as well. Yeah, first retest here as well on the 4-hour, but we would get to the the hourly first, right? So we'll see what happens there first. Let's look at the dollar pair. In the 4-hour, so there was a first retest here, right? After breaking out, and look, continuation, right? 26%. This would have been a nice place for short, right? First retest. Now let's look at the 1-hour. Nothing happening really, just consolidating along the 200 period move average. So just waiting for it to make a move. And lastly, XRP. So again, W pattern, nice pump, but now we're kind of breaking down below, and we're just kind of moving sideways. In a sense, because it's kind of like the first test, but I mean, there's so little room here. I mean, typically you want to see it, you want to see space, right? It's not much space. On the 4 hour, did I start on the 4 hour? No, I guess not. So 4 hour again, right? Potential short here around $1 if we have if we get rejected. Let's look at the Bitcoin pair. Waiting for this first retest, so potential short area here, and then let's look at the hour. So this, I'm looking for potential short here, right? Because look, this is a very extended move down from the 200 moving averages, and we haven't even retested it. So upon the first retest, I'd expect some sort of reaction. But again, I'll only be entering short if we have price rejection along with volume coming in, right? So hey guys, that's it for today's video. That's everything I wanted to cover. It's probably a long video. We covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pairs. So if you guys appreciate this video, if you appreciate the work that I've done, please give this video a thumbs up, share it, comment, and if you let me know right in the comments below your feedback on the video. So a few things, right? One, which tokens you would like me to cover, whether it's whether I covered it or if I didn't, right? Which ones you want to be kind of included, and then secondly, if you want me to cover the Bitcoin pair, the dollar pair, or both, and then lastly, just any sort of feedback, right? I want to make sure that I'm creating content that you guys want, so just let me know. Okay, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you're looking to one last thing, if you're looking to trade, right, you can sign up for a Binance account using the link in the description below, so that both of us will get a rebate from trading commissions. Okay, see you guys in the next video.